I'm Dr. Sri Banerjee, core faculty for the College of Health Sciences at Walden University. And in this segment, I'm going to be going over something called the protection motivation theory. This is something that I hadn't come across previously, but it's an adaptation of the health belief model, which is a commonplace theory that is used in public health. So this actually comes from health related theories on social marketing. And in here, the focus is protection motivation theory, and that's a was came up come up from this was Mr. Rogers, Dr. Rogers, um, and this was originally developed to test how fear influenced individuals to change their health behaviors. The basic idea of PMT is that fear alone is not there for behavioral change. Trans-theoretical model is another model that looks into behavioral change, but this is a bit different. Um, so they, he says that cognitive and physiological processes in fear appeals and attitude change. So a revised theory of protection motivation took place. So what are some threats? Threats are the severity of the illness, my vulnerability of contracting the illness or it getting worse, coping, self efficacy, or the confidence in being able to change the related health behavior. Um, so that's self efficacy. Response effectiveness is knowing what to change. So fear is not the only driver. There's threats, there's coping, there's protection motivation. The appraisal of the threat and coping mechanism will lead an individual to a behavioral intention. And then protective behavior. This is the desired behavioral model designed by the healthcare professional. So there's four components: threat, coping, protection motivation, and protective behavior. So here's a diagram. Sometimes picture says 1,000 words. So the threat is perceived severity, perceived vulnerability. Coping is perceived response efficacy and perceived self efficacy. Um, so how well you cope along with the threat, so that both of them lead to behavioral intention, and then of course actual behavior. So this also is used for persuading consumers using less energy, and there's a lot of different components that protection motivation theory looks at. Here's the references. Um, so that sums up what protection motivation theory is. Of course, there's limitations that it does not consider all of the environmental and cognitive variables, such as the impact of social norms. With that in mind, the health belief model may be a better option. So you have to kind of judge and see if this modified health belief model or PMT is what is effective. Um, so I hope this all made some sense. Thank you for listening.